Today we are taking a look at Albedo from Overlord. This is the another costume version figure in the BiCute Bunnies line by FuRyu. Overlord is a dark fantasy series centered on Ain's wool gown and the great tomb of Nazarick, following the side that holds overwhelming power. Within that story, Albedo is the overseer of the Guardians, serves directly under Ain's, and is responsible for overseeing the floor guardians of Nazarick. Today's highlights for this figure are the glossy bunny outfit, the fishnet tights made with actual thread and the thigh belt, and the pose where both hands pull at parts of the outfit. The first highlight is the glossy bunny outfit. The black costume creates strong contrast across the chest, waist, and hips, and the surface changes direction from one area to another, which helps each section stay readable, even though the main color remains the same. At the chest, the black area sits under the white outer section and the blue inner layer, so the color changes and the shape changes gather into one focal point. The second highlight is the fishnet tights made with actual thread and the thigh belt. Because the tights use real thread, the net sits over the legs as a physical layer rather than a flat printed pattern. The openings change shape along the thighs, knees, and calves, and the black thigh band with the silver buckle gives the upper edge a very clear stopping point. The third highlight is the pose where both hands pull at parts of the outfit. One hand lifts the white section near the chest while the other pulls at the lower black part near the hip. Because those two gestures happen at different heights, the eye moves naturally from the chest down toward the waist and legs instead of staying in one place. This channel brings you figure reviews and anime merchandise updates straight from Japan. If you enjoyed this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe. The head is built around the long, narrow yellow eyes. Black eyelash lines and red accents near the upper eyelids stretch sideways, making the eyes feel wider. The pupils are very thin vertically, and the boundary between the irises and the whites stays clear, so even with the lowered eyelids, the gaze does not disappear. The mouth opens into a broad smile with a white line of teeth above and a pink mouth interior below. Because the corners of the mouth rise, the line from the cheeks toward the chin also feels lightly lifted. The nose does not project strongly from the front, so it does not interrupt the balance between the narrow eyes and the open mouth. Around the outside of the face, the horns push outward from the temples and curve forward, with the tips dropping to around eye level. At the top, the bunny ears rise from band-like parts. One stands straight up, while the other bends partway and lets the tip flow sideways, adding both height and sideways spread. The hair adds another clear structure around the face. A thick front strand falls through the center, passes in front of the bridge of the nose, and slightly overlaps the inner side of one eye. Even so, both eyes remain visible, so this strand works more as a vertical divider than as a full cover. Outside that, thinner strands fall along the cheeks, and the ends beneath the chin curl inward in front of the chest. At the top, a short strand rises in a loop-like curve between the bunny ears. The rear hair begins as a broad mass falling straight down, then separates into thick locks that spread outward and narrow into pointed tips. The divisions run long and vertically, so the back reads as layered sections rather than one flat sheet. The color is a dark purple close to black, with slightly lighter purple added to parts of the bangs and outer sections. The upper body is built through clear layers that separate the neck, chest, and torso. At the neck, a black choker fits closely around the skin, and a silver square buckle sits at the front. The band keeps an even width, creating a clear boundary between the face and the body. From the shoulders to the chest, the white outer section opens widely and drops in a V shape before gathering into a sharp point at the center front. Inside it, a navy inner part follows the roundness of the chest, and its upper edge sinks toward the middle. Because of that, the white outer frame and the navy inner part create a double outline. Below them, the black main body wraps the chest, gathers toward the gold fitting at the center front, and then narrows toward the abdomen. Folds run from the sides toward the center, making the shift from the fuller chest to the tighter torso easy to read. The body narrows strongly from the chest toward the waist. One arm bends upward near the chest, and the fingertips pinch the edge of the white section and pull it outward, so that edge lifts diagonally away from the body. The other arm bends outward at the elbow, lowers toward the waist, and places the fingertips against the black lower costume. White cuffs wrap both wrists, each with a small round gold button at the front. Thin gold armbands circle the upper arms. Because the white section, the black torso, and the small gold parts all remain separate, the chest area reads as a layered combination of broad surfaces, narrow bands, and small fittings. The lower body is built around the exposed abdomen, the short black lower costume, and the fishnet tights. The abdomen is left open, with a shallow navel at the center, and thin black straps drop diagonally along both sides before connecting to the lower costume. That section begins low on the hips and includes a gold fitting at the center front, vertical division lines, and belt loops that divide the short area into smaller sections. On the side where the hand pulls the hem, the edge lifts slightly away from the leg, so both the outer surface and the inward folded thickness stay visible. The upper edge follows the roundness of the abdomen on a diagonal, while the lower edge curves around the tops of the legs, making the boundary between exposed skin and black costume clear. The legs are arranged with one leg planted and the other bent strongly backward from the knee, so the pelvis tilts and the line from the hips to the ankles does not remain straight. From the tops of the thighs to the ankles, the legs are covered by black fishnet tights made with real thread. The knots are visible at each crossing point, and the diamond openings widen or tighten slightly with the curves beneath them. Along the back of the legs, a vertical seam of knots runs separately from the net pattern on the front and sides. At the top, a black band marks the boundary, and on the forward leg that band includes a silver buckle, making it read as an independent belt. The boots are blue with a thicker upper rim at the ankles and gold on the heel and rear sole, so the thin high heel line ends sharply. This figure is approximately 30 centimeters tall. That's about 11.8 inches. For size comparison, here's a 350 milliliter can. That's about 12 ounces in the US. Overall, Albedo by FuRyu stands out because this another costume version keeps a very strong silhouette while rearranging the costume into a bunny-style design. The first elements that define the figure are the bunny ears above the head and the horns spreading around the sides of the face. Those parts create vertical height and an outer frame at the same time, so the figure leaves a strong impression immediately. The face is built around the long, narrow yellow eyes, with the thin vertical pupils and long eyelash lines making the gaze look sharp, while the slightly lowered eyelids keep that sharpness from becoming too exaggerated. The mouth opens into a broad smile, with the white line of teeth and the pink interior clearly separated, so the expression feels open and confident. The thick front strand falling through the middle of the face does not fully hide one eye, but instead works more as a vertical divider. Around that, the thinner cheek strands and the curled ends beneath the chin add smaller curves, while the large rear hair mass divides into thick locks that spread outward across the back. The upper body works well because the costume layers stay easy to read. The black choker with the silver buckle creates a clear boundary at the neck. Below that, the white outer section opens widely around the chest. The navy inner part sinks toward the center, and the black main body gathers toward the gold fitting at the front. Because those layers remain clearly separated by both color and shape, the sculpt stays readable. One hand lifts the white section near the chest, while the other pulls at the black lower costume near the waist, so the arm positions connect directly to visible changes in the outfit. The lower body continues that same structure. The abdomen stays exposed, the thin black straps drop diagonally into the lower costume, and the short black section is divided by the gold fitting, the vertical lines, the belt loops, and the lifted hem. From the thighs to the ankles, the fishnet tights add another full layer over the legs, with the knots, diamond openings, and rear seam all remaining visible. The blue boots and gold heels give the lower end of the figure one more clear color change. Because of that, fans of Overlord or Albedo should find this figure very appealing. Collectors who like glossy bunny-style outfits, actual thread fishnet tights, and posing with a strong top-to-bottom visual flow should find it a very satisfying addition. That's it for this video. If there's any part of the figure you liked, feel free to leave a comment and share your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.